Splat Zone's Wahoo World here. Now, I kind of like this map, actually. I don't really know how popular it is, but it's got the nice big circular zone.
It's one of the most popular zones maps, actually, according to Lean did like a little public map voting server, and Splat Zone's Wahoo was one of the most voted and definitely the most voted mode on Wahoo. So it's very cool to see. Siren going with the Explosher. They're going a double backline comp here on the side of, I already forgot it, but Siren's team. With another almost double backline if you count the Dynamo on the side of ManaTea.
Dude, I've kind of had a pocket Explosher myself, and I always love to see the Explosher come out because it's not a very typical weapon considering the kind of area of effect it has, the kind of damage it does.
It's also one of those weapons that gets a little better on land because of the fact that you can trap people with how much ink you throw out. It's like it's the same principle as with burst bombs, where it just like once you can actually trap people with it, it gets so much better. But that Booyah Bomb going to create a huge early opportunity here for Sweet ManaTea, and now they're on the offensive here, trying to kill this last guy over here. Doesn't quite. They do clean it up. They got a 2v2 scenario, but they still have control of the zone and top mid control.
Serio Pass made a nice play on Mewpart here because that was their only backline. It's really going to open up taking control here.
Yeah, open up control. They do get this pick, so this is the start of the push here. They got the specials to follow up. Noreen's going to go with this Booyah Bomb. They get another pick right as that happens, and this is going to be control. They are going to push up here. They're going a little slow about it. Noreen kind of just making sure that there's nobody sharking corners so that they can clean them up. But Rotomotors and his teammate there able to shut that down almost immediately, take back the zone. They don't quite have it yet, but they got most of the control. They do get it up, and now Rolna has to run away.
Nice play by Tamago there. It looked like Sweet ManaTea was going to take back control there, but like even with the bomb rush, they couldn't do it.
They just didn't get the follow-up kills after zone. I think maybe they got the pick and then they blew their specials as they got the pick, rather than kind of pushing up a little bit with that pick and then specialing in to kind of force them back into their base. And because of that, Tamago was able to kind of get right back in, do some sharking, get the kills. And now Mute going to bomb rush here on this side of the map. It's kind of not the best position for a bomb rush either. It doesn't get much out of it. They have a pick. They get another one with the Dynamo. Down to 30, but they are going to shut that down. It looks like they're going to get a penalty. Not quite.
Mute got to get a pick.
All right, there it is. Siren's still alive with that Explosher, but now they have control. Dynamo in position. But immediately Tamago's right back, just not even afraid of the map control that was coming out from them.
Vigo going to try to scare off, and they help with the help of Rotomotors. They do.
Rotomotors keeps getting these like cheeky kills and these cheeky flanks, and it's opening up a lot of opportunities here for Sweet ManaTea and Tamago, and it's working really well for them.
Dude, that bubble and Booyah Bomb was a really nice follow-up with the push there.
Yeah, nice follow-up. T-Pain gonna do his best to kind of shut this down. Almost gets the pick, but the dualies were the ones that landed, so he does get denied that kill. Cleaned up by the Explosher, and now looks like, they're gonna keep the zone for a bit here, but I think they're a little bit outnumbered here on the zone.
Yeah, about a 3v3 situation here as people are respawning in here. Siren trying her best to paint the zone from that angle.
Doing their best to paint the zone. Sweet ManaTea with this top control. They're really burning down these points. They're only about 15, 20 seconds away from getting this lead. The zone does get neutralized while Roland is distracted by this enemy player. Is he going to get cleaned up? Rotomotors does clean it up. This is going to open the opportunity for them to get this zone back if he doesn't get cleaned up here.
Yeah, that distraction was big because it allowed Rotomotors to get that easy pick.
Very good here. They do neutralize the zone, and they get that penalty. Great time to get that penalty. There was only 12 points away from taking that lead, so that was great for them. They are now going to try and keep this neutral situation in their favor. They're just trading kills, and they're okay with that. Rotomotors going in with this baller. Does get walled off by the wall there, but oh, nice shot from Mute. Gonna shut that down. This is gonna put them back into the middle of the map. Let's see if they can get the zone here.
Penalty goes on to the side of Tamago there.
They get that penalty. They are, they only have a 20-second penalty left. And, Splatoon points do go a little bit faster than normal seconds, so they don't really have very long to get this penalty refreshed. Mute getting a pick. Oh, he just missed it! Oh, Pico! What's going on?
What was that?
What was that fight? The weirdest fight of all time. He does end up getting the last laugh because Mute does pop out with him shooting, and they finally get this calm control top mid T trying to make this left push work, but with the Dynamo and a Dynamo versus a ballpoint at that range is not going to be good for the Dynamo. So Pico just having a field day up here in top mid.
Sweet ManaTea is going to really have to focus themselves in this final push here. They can't be funneling in.
Yeah, they need to go for the last like 5 seconds. They really just need to commit to one overtime push here. They do get that penalty. They do get control. They don't have the picks to follow up on it, though. They're going to just lose this zone almost immediately. Mute out of position. Nobody to paint the zone, and they do clutch that game. Game 1 going to Tamago.
Yeah, at the end, they didn't really have that nice of a setup there. Like, they got the zone and captured it, but they didn't have the picks to follow it up, and they weren't able to take it in overtime.
Yeah, Tamago was consistently, like, knowing when to back up and just, like, shark the sides, wait for them to burn their specials to get the zone, and then they were punishing that pretty fairly consistently. Sweet ManaTea did get that one good hold, but they did come back in to deny the lead, and looks like in this replay here, we got this rollness situation off the start, and yeah, this is where basically where the momentum started for them. Stereo Pass getting that third person down, and you know, just snowballs from there.
Yeah, that was a well-placed Booyah bomb by Stereo Pass in that highlight there.
Yeah, very well done. This kill from Mute is
the classic flick snipe.
I don't even think that was a full charge. I think he just got the partial on him. That's cool.
Another nice pick there.
Mute definitely making plays for them. I'm going to look to Mute to kind of, you know, but once he gets warmed up, I see that becoming a thing where they just use Mute to create this kill pressure. And if they're going to win these matches, I feel like Mute is definitely going to be the guy to look for.
All right, Humpback Rainmaker coming up here. Now, this is going to be interesting, especially for a charger player like Mute here. Really going to have to know, like, his positioning, try to stop pushes, where he needs to be to make these pushes. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes charger here as well.
I definitely see him going the Firefin. There's definitely a lot of interesting stuff you can do with Firefin on Humpback Pumpjack Rainmaker. You know, getting those cheesy instant pops with the bomb rush, the charger with the wall, able to peek these corners that you're not normally able to peek with the charger. It definitely opens up a lot of things for the charger and makes it a much better weapon on this map than you normally would than you would think otherwise. You know, no Stingray is going to be a bit of a bummer unless they happen to run it on something else, but looking at their comp from over here, it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. So yeah, definitely they're going to be relying on, you know, grabbing the Rainmaker, going as far as they can, dying, and then using bomb rushes and bombs to get that instant explosion and just getting more points out of it.
We got the Dynamo coming out again. This is going to be this is a map where Dynamo can really excel in if they get warmed up here. Excited to see it.
Well, my whole point is useless now because Mute decided to go Kensa Charger, which very few people play, but I do see kind of the merit here. You know, that Baller does really well here. The Sprinkler is very good for keeping map control on this map, so I respect the pick, even if it wasn't what I was expecting. T-Pain going for this early kill here, but Pico there to clean up that kill for his teammate. They are kind of down in the situation, but that pick there does even it up. So Pico just wanting to deny this push in a great position, and you know, Mute's looking for him, but this is going to be a hard person to hit.
This is going to be another kind of a neutral hold here until the specials come out again.
Yeah, they're looking for specials. Sweet ManaTea, they really want to get a little bit more map control here. That's basically, they get 3 down very quickly. Siren with that Slosher Deco, able to open this up, following up with the Baller. This is going to be a super deep push here. Siren in with the Baller, Roland goes down. T-Pain basically the only one truly in position to stop this, and bumps out the Inkjet, does knock Rotomotor off, so denying the knockout, but a 12-point push is nothing to sneeze at on this mode.
At the same time, though, this map is not very big. 12 could easily be beaten later down the line.
Yeah, it's definitely an easy counter push map. It's going to be harder for a counter push to happen with the comp from Tamago, though. They don't really have anything that really like snowballs the objective really well. A lot of their, like, you know, the Dynamo plus the Kensa Charger, they're both very slow weapons. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this. But they're going to play this right side. They do get the picks. Siren able to get the kill out of nowhere. Does get that huge advantage for them. Going to slow this down. The Rainmaker's still alive, though, moving up on this right side. But he's alone, has no help. So, yeah, they're going to back off, kind of reassess the situation here, but they don't have a whole lot of time left, and they're being forced to back up. All right, we're setting up the push for you. Here you go, Stereo.
Yeah, that wasn't really out of place with Rainbow. I guess they didn't really have a choice with that Booyah Bomb. So again, nice Booyah Bomb placement.
Yeah, T-Pain though, doesn't get that pick. That was very important for them. Pico able to defend this Rainmaker, and now they're just looking for these kills. They're pushing in real hard here. Okay, Charger, Mute does get that clutch kill, and that is going to shut that down. They do have an opening here to go for this counter push on this left side. I'm not sure they're going to go for it because they do have that one enemy over there, but let's see what they do.
Yeah, I was going to say, someone's got to bring it out of there because it looked like someone was trying to sneak over there. Roto Motors was trying to, so.
Yeah, it seems like just ManaTea just seems kind of scared of the objective, and, you know, these 3 picks that they're getting here on the side.
This is not good for ManaTea. They're really out of position.
Oh, he didn't grab it.
Grab it.
All right, now he's going to go
is.
for it. But there are so many people out of position right now. I think they did have Rolna jump back, though, able to shut that down. If he had not missed it on that first one, that could have been very deadly. That was a very, very important little misplay right there, denying the knockout.
Mute with a nice baller kill there. He's going to actually take it out to the middle here. He has advantage with numbers with his teammates here.
So much, so many things being thrown at Mute there. He had nowhere to go. Oh, man, I feel so bad.
Yeah, the momentum shifting toward the other direction now. Tamago 4-2. Good number game.
Yep, map control in the favor of Tamago as well. So they're just happy kind of keeping the status quo here. They don't really need to push at this point, and unless they get a full wipe, I don't really see them doing it.
Yeah, again, 12, very good push for Rainmaker. And again, the comp from Sweet ManaTea doesn't really have what it takes to push in here. Not saying that they can't, but it's going to be a long shot.
All right, they're going to clean up this person on the right side. This is the opening here. They're up to 65. They got this right thing. Bend in control with the Inkjet there. Siren's Baller is really the only thing that's going to be defending them. Does clean up the Rainmaker. Huge play from Siren that's going to buy time for her team to get into this left side. They do shut this down. Pico gets the kills they need, and now it's just Mute. They only have 25 seconds left. Are they going to be able to come back into the middle of this map and get another push going? I'm not sure.
Tamago has done a really good control just shutting down any push that Sweet ManaTea has so far in this match here. And really no reason for them to push anymore at this point here. 10 seconds left. Rainmaker's not even popped.
Yep, and with the baller here, they're going to use it to pop it, but they don't really have much follow-up. Rotomotors in position to kind of distract the whole team there with Siren on the right side to defend anything they try to do. Rotomotors going to get that cleanup kill. Almost gets T-Pain. Not quite. Still alive here. But they still can't quite get him. But now they're pushing.
All right, so probably have a decent amount of time left here, but they need to have one more good wipe to make this a reality.
Yeah, they need kills. They don't have much time. I want to go to T-Pain's point of view to kind of see how much time they have left. They do get a pick there. They do get picked off. T-Pain does get chased. They do go down, and that is going to be a 2-0 lead for Tamago.
Yeah, that just seemed like a really dominating match from the side of Tamago there overall.
Yeah, I think it was actually very similar to what happened game 1, where anytime there was a push or an advantage for the side of Sweet ManaTea, Tamago was doing a good job of like backing up, getting to the sides, and waiting for them to overcommit, and they're punishing it really well. They just weren't getting the cleanup kills they needed on these pushes, and you know, just Sweet ManaTea just not getting what they need out of it. So they're gonna go into this game 3. Hopefully they're able to recognize what's going on for them, and are gonna be able to focus a little more on these cleanup kills that they need.
Tower Control Sturgeon Shipyard is the next map here. What do you think about this one for TC?
I like it in general for TC. I think with the comps that we've been seeing, it might be a little tough for Sweet ManaTea to kind of recover here. So it's going to be a very tough game for them, and it's really, this is the most important game for them right now.
Tamago's been running pretty solid comps. And they didn't really have any like weaknesses or openings with the way they've been playing so far. So definitely going to be a really tough pushback for Sweet ManaTea. They really need to make an impact in this match if they want a chance.
Yeah, they really want, they want Mute to snowball. They want to get in front of that tower and make sure that Mute's riding it as well. I'm not sure if Mute is going to, I'm going to assume that Mute is going to try and go.
I see E-Leader.
E-Leader? Are you kidding me, dude? All right, whatever.
Hey, that's what he played in Splat 1. You can't argue.
I'm not judging. Whatever.
Except there's no burst bombs anymore.
There's no burst bombs, and, you don't have anything to kill tower except rain. But, whatever.
I do want to see the E-Litter.
I want to see it.
Very interesting.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I want to see it. But he's going to have to go huge here to justify the pick.
Oh,
so
yep,
let's see
he
it.
locked it in. E-Leader, Dynamo, looks like Octoshot, and I couldn't see the last one, but it'll be interesting. We'll see how they play this with that comp.
Yeah, this is going to be very crucial for them. They're really going to they need to make sure that this Dynamo is consistently in good positions to enable or disable the enemy push. They want to get them on their snipe, on our snipe. There we go, and then just rain down hitboxes from the high ground. Looking at it.
Kunder coming out? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it looks like a Kunder pick. I know my teammate Keen loves Kunder on TC, so that may be a similar mindset here from the side of Tamago.
Yeah, I believe their backline actually picked Kunder, so
nice early lead.
So yeah, this is the momentum that Sweet ManaTea needs to have here. Got to just open it up right away, just push in right away, make a big statement that they're not going to go down right away.
They are pushing it on the opposite side of the tower, so they are still getting points here. Pico going to go back to this tower side, but he's got an Inkjet right above him. Looks like Mute is just completely surrounded right now, and that push is 100% shut down. Nareen does get a trade out of it, but does get cleaned up, and now Pico on the offensive here on this right side.
Very least one checkpoint clear there, so Tamago's obviously going to see if they can respond to that.
Yeah, it's a good start, but definitely nothing that can't be beaten. Looks like Rolna in position to kind of deny this tower. All he needs to do is stay alive. Does get cleaned up, though, by the teamwork from Stereo Pass and couldn't see who the other teammate is, but Stereo Pass going to keep this going. He does not have any teammates around him, but he's going to keep this mid control so that the T just can't make a real comeback here.
All right, and I had a feeling Stingray would be out soon there. Trying to pick off Mute. Can they find them?
You noticed how much weaker Stingray is on land? It's kind of crazy.
It really is, isn't it?
But yeah, that Stingray doesn't get much out of it. Mute looking on this left side to get picks, but they are really struggling with aggression right now. They aren't getting this map control as fast. Mute, huge pick. Somehow Rotomotors was there. I don't know, but Rotomotors going clutch yet again, going to deny it like any quick push here, and now T-Pain. They are going to be able to keep going, but that play from Rotomotors definitely confused them for a second there.
Both teams are kind of like waiting for themselves to rejuvenate here, and it looks like Sweet ManaTea is going to finally make a decent push here. 2v2 situation, and looks like that push is done.
Yeah, that push is completely shut down. Yet again, Tamago doing a good job of backing up when they need to and surrounding the objective and to shut it down. Definitely pulling it together. That's their strongest suit so far, is just their defensive play from the objective, and it's working really well for them.
Rotomotors going to try to charge Mute here. Really good idea. Although Nareen takes it out.
Who said you can't bomb combo with a Dynamo?
2v2 situation again here. That's kind of staying in place. I'm not sure what they're thinking here. They got to clear that checkpoint.
Yeah, they got to clear that checkpoint, but looking at this right now, Rolna just has no support over here. Siren doing her best to just kind of deny Rolna from getting to this tower. They have the armor finally. They get a couple picks. Rotomotor does win that 1v1 through the armor and is going to keep this mid control. Going to deny this counter push.
Rotomotor's been coming up huge for Tamago in this match.
Yeah, Rotomotors, honestly, so far, he's my MVP for this match because he's just consistently in a good position, shutting the right kills down. Nareen here, finally, though, getting the Dynamo in the position you want to be as the tower is pushing, and this is looking good for them on this beginning of this push.
Defensive Stingray coming out here. Still probably pretty good on land as a defensive standpoint on tower control.
It is pretty good on land, but when you have an armor on the opposite team, it's going to be not as effective. They do get that, do clean up the tower. They just didn't have any support near tower and probably overcommitted a little bit there. We're only going to try and keep it forward, but you know that's 4 members of Tamago denying this push right now. But they're kind of happy with where they're at. If they keep this status quo, it's good for them. There's only a minute left.
1 minute left here. Again, Sweet ManaTea does have the lead right now, and they're still pushing. We need to see some picks from their side in order to want this, get this past the next checkpoint here.
What's going on?
I have no idea what that was, but it stopped the push.
Rolna staying alive a lot longer than probably had any right to, but you know, not able to get many more points out of it. But the comeback there just didn't happen from Tamago, and Mute gonna get a huge pick. Does get cleaned up, but you know this is still a 3v2 situation. They get the cleanup on Pico as well, so now they're gonna keep this tower in a forward hold.
And this is perfectly fine too, because now if it does go to overtime, the tower is further away from their base.
Exactly. Like they don't even necessarily want to go any further than they're at. Like keeping it in the spot is so good for them, especially with their comp. They're really good at just like throwing hitboxes in that corner there. And Mute honestly can just play frontliner because he doesn't need to do anything else. He can just keep jumping on tower. Oh, Stereo! Stereo stays on tower.
Oh,
T-Pain.
nice play by T-Pain.
He didn't know where that inkjet was landing, so as soon as he landed, he cleans up that kill. Gonna shut that down, and that is going to be the first game for Sweet ManaTea, and we're not gonna see a 3-0.
Octo shot coming up big to defend the tower at the last second there. Love to see inkjet again.
Yeah, definitely super cool to see inkjet again. That almost, honestly, that looks like a Splatoon 1 comp. It's very, very interesting to see that. Like basically only the NZAP would have been something else. But yeah, very cool seeing these backup weapons come back. Mute doing a good job of justifying that E-leader pick. And that Dynamo actually did a lot of work for them, putting hitboxes out in that bottom right scenario, allowing them to just like squeeze those extra points out and keep that lead.
Yeah, and in that match, I still felt like Tamago was doing a good job. They just never had like enough people down on the other side to make a good enough push.
Yeah, they basically struggled with getting forward holds. Roto Motors, you know, he did make quite a few good plays there, but nothing that was able to snowball the tower for them. And that's basically what they're relying on right now for their offense is to snowball. And the defense is great for them. They didn't, like, any other team probably would have knocked out there, but they did good on defense.
We are moving on to Clamblitz Snapper Canal.
Clamblitz Snapper Canal, very wide open map. Everybody knows that the jumping is ridiculous here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tenebrella if anybody plays it on either team, or Bubbles because of how weird it is to push here sometimes. But yeah, looking at the team comps, I kind of hope they don't go the Dynamo again. I don't know if they play anything that's not Dynamo, but Dynamo really struggles on this mode, this map together. Just because it just doesn't have a lot that it can do on an offensive, like an offensive push.
Yeah, this map, just not very good Dynamo map. It's just too straightforward, and that's not something that Dynamo excels at, especially with those slow swings and everything.
There's just too much cover to avoid the Dynamo's damage, and there's not enough, you know, open wide areas that allow the Dynamo to get hitboxes, or high ground for the Dynamo to get hitboxes on other players. You know, generally you pick something like Explosher to kind of get that same feel, but it has a little more flexibility on this map. But looking into it, we're going to see what these comps are. Sweet ManaTea down a game, so they need to get this game to recover in this best of 5 set.
Siren is going Kunder. She's been flexing a lot of these games here, so interesting to see how that change affects this.
I think if Siren's played a different weapon every game.
Yeah, I think she's went Explosher, Slosher. I can't remember, but anyway, this is the game that matters right now. So. We got one baller on the side of Tamago and nothing on side of Sweet ManaTea. They did actually go the Dynamo as well.
It looks like Sweet ManaTea is fully relying on the double armor plus bubble push to make this happen. That custom e-leader is the bubble one, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It is indeed.
Yeah, so they're going to be relying on these bubble armor pushes to kind of make this happen. I definitely think this comp must have been well thought out, or thought out ahead of time, because otherwise I don't know where you would come up with this on the fly.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone ever picks custom E-Leader unless it's for a very specific thing. 2v2 situation, but Rotor Motors does have 2 footballs now. Not sure if they're able to, oh, he was throwing it backwards. I thought that was the enemy base.
That's some ultimate objective play there from Rotomotors, recognizing that he can get a lot of clams on the side of his team, does make those 2 power clams and gives them back. So they're going to have this special advantage. They're going to have a little bit of a map control advantage, not a huge one, but Sweet ManaTea trying to surround, trying to deny this.
Yeah, they were just surrounded there. They was pincered.
Rolo was just too far from anybody on the team to really get anything out of that situation. Stereo Pass here, now in the great position here to kind of put pressure on the side of Sweet ManaTea for a push. They don't necessarily need to go
jumps,
in
we got jumps.
Oh, they got the jumps in. There's 3 down on ManaTea. You know, the Dynamo's way out of position, and now Pico's just sitting here waiting to just kill people that drop. Noreen gets very important double kill right there. And
Stereo's still going to go, though.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. Charger.
All right, 48 push, not bad, but definitely still beatable for ManaTea. So very good recovery there. They got the picks they needed, and things just didn't go quite right for the side of Tamago to kind of get as big of a push as they probably could have out of that. So now they're set up to kind of get started on building these clams, get started on setting up the push, and Mute looking for these picks, just barely misses Rotomotors, but forces Rotomotors back.
We all know how easily it can snowball in Clam Blitz here. 48 definitely not a winning score.
No, not at all. Clam Blitz, especially on this map in particular, it's actually very easy to get a good knockout push because of how easy it is to funnel clams into the basket as you're scoring.
They were trying to set up a push there, but they just got denied. You saw some bubbles coming out here, but they were picked off twice before they could even do it. And there's going to be another jump in here.
How did T-Pain not die? Okay, I die in 100% of those scenarios. I don't know how you not die. I would have been very mad. But they're going to get that score. They get down to 39, 36. They don't have very many more clams to really follow that up. And the Dynamo from Noreen going to clean up most of the team. They finally get the 4th, but 24, definitely a better push here.
Yeah, that's a lot better breathing room here. Realistically, the only way they can come back in 1 push is if they get like 2 or 3 footballs.
Yeah, they definitely need at least 2 footballs to really get a push, and it has to be sustained beyond that. Or do like a 4-clam cheesy push, like the, you know, like you see sometimes. But I don't really see that happening with their comp. Stereo Pass just trying to keep this right side, knowing exactly what he needs to do to deny them. Gets this flank on them. T-Pain gets cleaned up. Is this going to be a quad?
Oh! Rotor Motors stole
Who stole the quad?
Rotor Motors. Oh, we got another jump in. I don't know if that's close enough. It was 6 left. 3
Down
more,
to 6.
2 more clams.
2 clams in.
Oh, where's the
1
last
clam?
clam?
Where are we at?
Where's the last clam?
There's no clams.
There's no clam.
Pico, run, go grab a clam. Oh, man.
Oh, no. This is Clamlets in a nutshell. You have 1 more left, and there's no clams even close to the basket.
Okay, so if they lose from here, this is the ultimate salt. Like, you gotta sit there and think, oh my gosh, we didn't win that because of this. So they're definitely gotta focus here. Don't get tilted off of that. Rotomotors getting cleaned up. T-Pain pushing into the middle of this map. They're still in a 2v2 scenario though, so they don't really have an advantage. But
they're jumping with another football.
Oh, come on,
T-Pain. I feel like they've just been Tamago's been living in Sweet ManaTea's sniper area this whole game.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job of continuing that flank and keeping that pressure behind them alive, denying a lot of these pushes. They don't quite get that baller in, maybe a little too premature there. They didn't really have any of their specials to follow that up, and that is going to force them down into a full wipe with only 10 seconds to go. That is a basically game for Tamago.
Yeah, they can't get that football. They can't make another one with 2 seconds left, so.
All right, Tamago taking that set 3-1.